Hello everybody and welcome back to Alma. So the first job of today is going to be get into construction mode and factories. We now need to look for the sugar mill, which I honestly don't know where it is. There we go. So this we are going to put onto here, and oh, that went fairly rapid round. We want to make sure, is that something like, yeah, so we'll place that 240, where is it? Okay, it's getting cheaper the further we go down here. 218, 19, 11, oh hello, keep going this way, we may soon get the flattest part. One, there we go. So I'll place that there. Do we need to do any, shall we do anything to it, or do we just leave it as is? I think maybe leave that as it is. And there we go, right in front of us there. Next, we need to go to beet harvesters, which is here. And we want to go for the biggest one. So that's a 2.4. What's this one? That's 2.7, so that's an instant no. This one, combinations, 5.4. I think the next is the roper. What's that one? 4. Okay, so we're going to go for this one. So we want to lease this. I didn't check the capacity, 45, so that's not so bad. Let's get that leased. We'll then need to lease the header. That's expensive. Let's lease that. And finally, let's lease this. And then what we'll have to also do is look for a trailer that can do our sugar beet. We want to go for the biggest one. Well, that can do sugar beet. And what's that? 52, 56, but that won't do anything. I think we're just going to have to go straight for this one. Personally, cover, we don't need that. So let's lease that. We're spending an absolute fortune here. But right, let's now go and find, it should just be here. So let's enter the vehicle. Can we put, will this tow? Yeah, so we can tow our header, we can tow the sugar beet header with this, which will be very, very handy. What I have done is I have moved us on 2 months, so we are now all ready. So all our fields are ready to go. And by putting that sugar mill down now as well, means that as soon as we get a full load of sugar beet, it's going to be taken straight off and straight to the mill, so that we can start making our sugar and then make our apple pies. Because as soon as the apple pies are made, that's going to be us pretty much about done, I think. Let's just, I presume we'll have to fold that up to put it onto here. So now let's drop that onto there. Is it going to snap out? Yeah, typical, we did that the wrong way. So I'll take this down to the field, and I may just go off camera, jump into a tractor, so that we can then, I'll find the biggest, ooh, that's not a very good turning circle. I may try to find the biggest tractor we've got, because if I do that, we can get everything down, because it's going to be a bit of leading backwards and forwards to get the sugar beet all the way up here to the sugar mill. So at the time of recording this, Oxygen David has just put a post out saying in a month's time his new map should be complete and it'll be going for internal testing. So if I was to try and be sort of like, try and predict the future, at the release of this episode, we shouldn't be far off getting a notification from him saying that it has gone to his internal testing people, which if that is the case, then that would be absolutely brilliant. Because this, I imagine, what's it going to be? This may be the second last episode. There may be one after this to go. Maybe even 2, I don't quite know just yet. What I could really do with knowing is which is, if we go to here, a large tractors, 435, so we want the 8R preferably, so where are you? you're here. Let's take that trailer off, and we'll use this to lead the sugar beet. So we'll take this now to the store to put the crone trailer on, and then once this is on, we'll take it down to the sugar beet field. So looking at the analytics for sort of the Let's Plays that are going on and whatnot, it looks like the Piceanere Valley is doing amazing. Everyone seems to, or you all seem to be enjoying that one from looking at the data, as it were, which is really, really lovely to see. So that is something that will continue definitely for a little while. Because I'm going to get back to doing 4 videos a week. So as long as I can do that, which is going to be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday and a Sunday is what I'm going to look at doing. So there'll be 2 over the Piceanere Valley for the time being, and then there will be, well, definitely 2, and then with the end of this, I don't know whether I should start another one or not, because with bearing in mind Oxygen David's new map is coming out, I want to make sure there's space to put that in there. And also because ETS2, if you look at the view figures and the view duration, that seems to have gone down like a lead balloon. So I do apologise. I did enjoy doing so, and I may just keep coming back to it as and when. But it's certainly something I've enjoyed. I'm still going to continue doing the likes of stuff that I do in real life. I'll still keep putting like little snippets like that onto it. I don't know whether to move that onto members only. I don't know, it's all up for debate. And then if you leave a comment below if you'd like to see the setup that I run from home to play Farming Simulator, if that's a video you'd like to see, please do let me know and I will post one of them. But in the meantime, we have some sugar beet to harvest and we need to get this to the sugar mill so we can start making ourselves some apple pie. Discard! 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 So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this second load of sugar beet in, and then I'll just quickly jump cut to getting the rest out the harvester. It's only 45,000 litres in the harvester, so I'll get that, bring that to here, and empty it. And then we will have a look at getting some of our sunflowers done. I almost slurred a little bit there, didn't I? So let's empty them out. And then, like I say, I activated the sugar beet and put it on distributing. So that should go to the bakery, where 4 apple pies, 2 flour, so we've got flour, 2 sugar, which sugar's going in, cow's milk, so I'll bring the cow's milk up there, I'll bring all the eggs to here, the butter, it's full, and then apples, which I have at I've got them down here, but what I will do is apples, let's just change that to distributing, so now any apples made will go straight to the bakery. Right, let's get this back to the field. So we'll pull this under like so. What's people's thoughts? I'd be very interested in thoughts of doing more sort of first person, in the cabs. Than did I leave this running? I did, but I'm just not close enough. Being in the cabs of the machines more, and then maybe looking at doing a few time lapses. When it comes to time lapses, going outside of the cab. It's like here, do it in. The only thing I think I'd want to do is there is the odd mod or two where you can sort your view out, because like this, I'd possibly say you want to be slightly back a bit more, maybe. But anyways, quite fancy in here. It'd be lovely if the likes of those cameras there all worked. But right, let's hop out of here again. Oh no, I want to make sure I turn this off, because what I am going to do is, once we've tipped this, we're going to go do a bit of combine work. Right, let's swizzle round here and we'll go back to the sugar mill. I wanted to empty the sugar beet harvester then, because with this trailer being so big and we can use it for everything, I might as well make use of it for the sunflowers. So, because I think we should get 45, so we'll get 2 and a bit loads of a combine harvester into here, which to me just makes a lot of sense. It will speed the time lapses up a bit more. And we'll start on the sunflower field next to the sugar beet field, and then we can slowly make our way over, because if we have a look here, these 2 are sunflowers. Let's just move over to here, so we can get that one done and then possibly get the sugar beet done, and then in the next episode we can then look at getting these 2 done. If we look at the calendar here, corn, yes, we can move on to November. We can do our cornfield there, and the sunflowers that we have, we can also do the same there. Right, let's get this back to the sugar beet field. Well, the sunflower field next to the sugar beet field. So if we go on to the neighbour's land and spin round here, like so. So I got the trailer somewhat straight. Let's leave that there. Let's flick round to. It has to appear at some point. There we go. So that's already got the header on. So we can now get this out of the shed. It fits. Yeah, it must be able to fit through there because we got it in here in the first place. And we'll go take this now to that sunflower field. Once we're there, we'll get cutting, and in a time lapse we should get this one field done. Obviously the sunflowers, we're not doing anything with them, as far as I'm aware. We're not doing anything with them, so they'll all just come straight back to our silo in the yard, ready for selling come December. we have another field almost done. So we will now, once we get to this end bit, we'll take this over to the field just past the farm on the left hand side. I can't remember which number it is. We'll take it over there and get that ready, so once we've done this sugar beet field we can get cracked on into that. So let's just fold the header up first, preferably go forwards, not backwards. And get that emptying into there. I'm going to hazard a guess that's going to be about 95% full, maybe, or 90% full. I'm going to go with 90% full, that trailer. But right, let's get this over to here first. And it's this field just here, which obviously we expanded it in one of the previous episodes, taking out the line of trees that went into the field. So right, let's leave that there. The auger, yeah, that's off the road, isn't it? We can now hop into here and take this to the farm and get this emptied. My 90% guess was absolutely miles off. 67%. Before I turn up here, what I will have a look is, because it's October, if I was, let's have a look at here, sugar beets. We can do sugar beet next month. If we go on to here and look up sunflowers, I think it's probably worse just selling the sunflowers straight off the field, because if we're going to take, the price is going to tank in December and we're here, we've got to wait till February, which I'm not planning on waiting till February. I'm thinking December will be our last month, our last month in Alma. So what I may do is just have a slight change of plan, because I was going to go back to the sugar beet field and start doing that, but I'm now thinking, if we get this field done, get this harvested, it means we'll have a trailer full and we can go sell these, which these are to be sold at, where's the best price? Go to here. It's not showing us where to go. So we go sunflowers, selling, so the grain sell point is the best place for us to go to. So we're only 100 and some, just under £100 off 1,000 litres. So I think that's probably the best idea to go do, is move on to another time lapse getting this field done, get it all sold, and it gets a bit of money back into the bank account, because we've spent a fair amount, haven't we, this episode. Right, with that drop down, let's move on into here. I just want to set the GPS, because it's not the nicest when you do drive, when you have steering assist on and then you drive freehand and the lines stay there. So I will set that to 2. I know for myself personally, I prefer having that extra bit of room to turn around on. I know you can do it with one quite easily, I would imagine, but just having that extra little bit just always helps. Well, that first trailer load, fair dues, it was a full trailer load. That netted us about £130,000. So that was brilliant to go sell it as and when we did. Right, there's just this bit to go now. So half of it, so what we're going to say, 60,000, 65,000 maybe. That's including the environmental score in it as well. Well, luckily we can make the maths easy, so if we just say that's 270,000, that makes it so it's 30,000 to 300,000. I'm probably making that sound very, very complex, but there's 30,000, 50,000, 60,000. So yeah, 60, 70, just shy of £71,000 for that. So that's been epic. But right, we will go and take this tractor and trailer now back to the sugar beet field. We'll park that there, and then I will just bring the combine down to the cornfield. So then that is ready in the next episode to combine that, and then it'll be to take all the corn to the dryer, because I presume I have put the dryer on. Let's just stop here before we fly out onto the road. Productions, corn dryer, yeah, distributing, and it's all gone there. So the popcorn factory should, whoa, that's burnt through it, not burnt through it, but gone through that rather fast. But right, let's get this up to the, ooh, the cars all over, up to the sugar beet field. So we will, that's on the last headland, I think it is. Yeah, that's the third headland, so we can leave this relatively close to here, because once we've gone round, is it on the last headland or is it on the first up down? Whatever it is, I'll leave that in the middle of the field, because in that I'm going to cut straight down the middle. Straight down the middle of the sugar beet field, and then just work out from there. So it should be an up, down, and then a little bit more, and then we should be all right. But we'll just take this. There's no point there's no point folding everything back up as we journey down to this maize field. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that'll be everything. That'll be all the fields once we've done this one, which will be in the next episode. That'll be everything done. So let's just leave that there, and probably best just jumping through, because it's always, when you get a load of vehicles and you start tabbing through, it does take a bit of time, and I'm always conscious it's not the best sort of viewing, as it were. So let's jump into here, and let's just have a quick look in our map. So ready to harvest is just field 35. That's obviously our alfalfa field, but I don't see any need for us to do that. And if we go to farmland, you can see that is all the farmland that we own. So I don't think there's really much more to do. Then we'll fire this thing up. We'll put the arm back in, turn everything on, drop it down. We'll get this last little bit here done. We'll find the middle and then just work our way through it. And we are going to get this all done. We'll get this all done in one time lapse, and then we can return all this. I will probably look to return the trailer as well, because we've no real need for that anymore. If I start on this one, maybe, yeah, this one, then we'll work back up on the left one, because then it just keeps the auger out on the correct side that we want it. Do I need to change the wheels so that it turns a bit sharper? I don't think so. So I have just emptied that trailer load of sugar beet into the sugar mill, and I am hoping that if I take what's, let's make sure that stops, if I take what's in here now, that I can fit in the rest of this row going up here. There's also a tiny little bit just here to finish, but yeah, let's just hope that when I get to the end there's enough room. I don't think we're going to be able to fit all this in. That is going to be my guess. But on the flip side of it all, I'm not too fussed if we can't. We'll still just return it, because there's no point we've got such a little amount, considering that we are in a month or two, that'll be it. I forget what the capacity is. Is this 55,000 litres? I know it's definitely obviously bigger than what that is. So we'll see whether, if this gets to 100% like so, it's 52,000. So how much would we be losing? Nearly 9,000 litres. Like I said, that is absolutely fine. You know, we don't need that much, because all we want to do is make some apple pies and then sell what we can sell in December, whilst making sure the likes of the chickens, you know, sort of role playing that someone is taking over this farm after us. So the chickens, if there's a bit of wheat or a bit of sorghum, we can leave that for them. You know, whatever's in the productions, I'm not bothered. What else would there be? There's some silage there. Yeah, I'm not really too fussed. But yeah, role playing that if someone was to take over, there's enough stuff there for them to keep going. But right, let's tip this into here, and then we can get rid of this trailer, because obviously this is only on lease. But before we do that, we will return the header. Let's return the trailer. Let's return the harvester. Is that not, that's not done just yet? No, it is. So now we can return that. And then if we just have a quick look on productions, so the sugar mill, we almost filled it. That's not a bad do, is it? So that's going. I don't know whether it's distributed any or done any just yet, but it works. It does work quite fast as the sugar mill. So that's all transferring. So the tailor shop, that's fine. The spinneries, absolutely fine. Not too fussed about the cement factory. There's going to be more dried corn going in next month into there. The pizzeria's fine. All the greenhouses are fine. The dairy, that could do with some goat's milk, but we can send that next month. That's getting corn next month. The bakery. Oh, we want to do some cornbread as well. What do we need for cornbread? Fine corn flour. So what I may actually do is send the corn. Oh, we've actually got some there. So corn flour, let's activate that. What does it say it needs? Oh, it needs actual corn. Well, what's the... Why is there dried corn in there? Ah, that's for the fine. So we'll activate that and then just change that to distributing. See where, see where that does or goes. Ketchup, we'll do that next month. Put some water in there. Can't do anything into that. And then here, I've got apples are distributing, butter, loads. There's flour, sugar should be coming straight into here, and then we just need to send milk and eggs, but we can do that at the start of the next episode. But for now, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye for now.